Guana stereo. Guana stereo. One for my Royal Records, DJ Cannoe. Teddy hold up the pants, so I'm not using no fuss. Take cool the man, I feel come on, drive.
Bust up long there, see every man, every girl na the club. Sing one summer, DJ please pull up, DJ Cannoe, please DJ pull up, DJ pull up.
Yo, Tadzuka Zakari. Zviriseko baba.
Alpha.
Abo, mutise.
Chirufa.
Lolo.
Dini manga muri kunetsa kakubatika mudhara
Ndara totonetsa kubata.
Munenge mutorine matoka ndime muchimbofamba muchimbonoita chi-DJ ndiri mumbozodzoka muzodai so chichi.
Ndara it's life ndara.
Aiwa magara munenge muchingoti it's life all the time chichi.
Saka toita sei takauya kurarama life paita.
Kati kutorarama life here. Wera seko. Tatu kutorarama mudhara. Ini nakupoza kutodaro waizi muri sei. Iri sei life yenyu.
Life iripo.
Ndimi mamsurungo batika chete vanhu vanga kutoscreama vanga vasisachemeka
vanhu vasingachazive kuti hatizive
kuti chii asi hatizive chakabva yatotadza kutoziva nekutozivikanwa kwacho here
vachazive kuti havazive
kuti todii yeah it's actually been a while, you know, since we haven't been showing face. You know what, we always keep giving my excuse almost every time I don't do an episode. Because you feel like every time they want to I know sometimes life very busy, life is so busy. So because I remember Taida episode
some 2 weeks ago.
Actually last week Sunday Chichagaiti.
I was ready. I'm now batik.
Yeah, Saga, you know.
Saga, it's not always me as batik.
This time I take the blame. I'm so sorry. I know. I think by now to follow it out to Pinamo. Some episode.
I think.
This is the fifth. What was our last discussion? Where am I?
Our last discussion was.
Where am I?
No culture. No, culture. What? Culture clash. No.
Oh, do you think those things exist?
Yeah.
You know.
But I don't know. Halloween manje. I don't know the way they take it. Halloween ndara zvaityisa zvadaiona
maroads.
I don't know Africa zvingaitike kuAfrica.
It made me to believe kuti anti kuti kana uchita Halloween uri kutedzera a character kana kuti zvinhu zvawakamboswa unofarira kuti zvawakamboita. So in my head it made me to think kuti saka kana munhu achisunga ndakaona kwamwe tutua vanhu vangari vakasungana kaseko twatokasungwa ngetuaroyo tongetukashira ichi just made me to think kuti munhu uyu akazowana kupi. So it simply means that anto witchcraft. You get it? Which took me back to our topic the last time.
Mastreets uchifamba unoona zvimwe zvinenge zvakaiswa padzimba dzevanhu kuti munhu ideas akawana. Is this thing just coming from the blues or
how do you put a grave? How do you put a grave? Something chakanze rest in peace on your door. Is that's so ridiculous, you know?
I think I'll need to look, or we need to look maybe into that.
I don't know.
Halloween, my origins. Yeah. Wait, what will the people celebrating?
Where is it coming from?
I just know mufunga wa mana day yaitwa pa Africa. I know muso Halloween kwaitu chenewa chete.
That's where that chimayiswa.
Chigara muri pa mchicheka mapo. Uzaya makono zvadai.
Uzichachaya kunoka.
Dai yachipira Halloween nayo habo.
I can imagine Halloween but then that I think inenge chis fire zvekutodaro. I think was in tumwe imaginations vatina toka mdara. Isusu tinotya varoi vatsatisa kamboona. But what's more, you've been given the chance to do whatever you want to do. ameno is amadhoshi.
It does not
Do you know,
aspirable.
like, to think of it, do you know Kasin, like those things that you know, I don't know, people believe in it. I don't know where it comes from. Is it from, we all just say, which is, I don't want to say, which is, I would say there's a certain religion, actually. I don't want to mention the religion. But you know what they do? They put kahari, nitumachira. I used to stay area So just to think of it, tine Halloween yakadaro. And then padeni moto isakasini
just imagine that just celebrate anything, but those things are there.
Exactly, you see?
Halloween, but those things are there.
Now these things are they real? It's just a celebration of Halloween.
Pano mumfesa ndakanzwa ita hanzi ndakangomuka pamba pangu paine kahari kani zvima izvo zvamutara
nekajira kane katsono
saka unoshiya urikumuka makuseni ukatoenda kubasa ndara
vamwe vantu vanotomuka pakachekwa huku yakanhingirikinwa. And then you just ask yourself, all these things.
Halloween guys are where I think we don't celebrate it for a reason.
I believe inenge ichito fire
fire him fireworks.
I think tinoonera.
I know my fireworks.
I think ari mafire aubude because uchaziva kuti am I supposed to tamper with these things, kunogwa Halloween ukaona vanhu vakadisplay masi unogona kungobata but kunogwa uchaziva kuti
kuti achiri mafanizibata nyoka wachifunga kuti chiotonzi
ukabva ipapo wari wakobo waiziva. I think we're not judging, actually. We're not judging. It's just their culture, right?
Yeah, that's their
culture.
So I also want to say something to you. That's their culture. And then number of a question about culture. Is our culture still relevant, or maybe can I rephrase? My values a culture
actually relevant. You know what? I think culture is in my own thinking. I think with the culture it has always been relevant, but then it's also us as people when we just know that the culture even irrelevant. You get it? Like what we're talking about Halloween. You ask, we try to research right now with how many years has Halloween been celebrated here. It's also, they will tell you that it's been celebrated maybe for decades right now. They never stopped. It's also, we're just judging. It's their culture, but it's still, but maybe we judge, right? We're saying with Ajite. So I think those maybe sometimes we have a certain culture, but then with time, it ends up irrelevant. Why? Because we feel good. Tikaramba tichadai soso. Panika kuwedzi katushasa utanzi zvomakisa. Tine zvinhu zvatinoti zvinomakisa sometimes, but then culture yedu, you get it.
So torega kuzviita here because zvinomakisa, but
zvinomakisa kunani? I think that's the question.
I think tiri papoka. I think some of the values of my customs edu vanhu vari kuvarega because vanenge vachiti zvinomakisa, but if you find takatora nyaya yeHalloween you see the passion inoiswa nevanhu, or the respect inoiswa nevanhu.
They put so much respect in it, that in their culture. They put so much respect.
Just a minute ago, arichiseka achiti ngaisa celebrate yako Africa. They vanotora pride in those things.
You see?
Like, so I think basically my Western cultures, they take pride in everything that they do.
And isusu tikuti tinosvika pakuudzana kuti culture inomakisa. Dai kwankuri kunzi tiri kuudzwa someone who's not part of the culture ari kuuya achitiudza, ngatiti maybe munhu weganda jena ari kuuya achitiudza kuti culture yenyu inomakisa. But the fun part about it ndeyekuti isusu varidzi vayona tisi tinofila kunge iri kutimakisa. Just take within our own environment.
Within our own. I think
pasina kana mumwe munhu ajaja kunze we just judge ourselves.
But I think I know why Tichitino Maxa, because of the doctrine yakaiswa matiri, which was instilled in us as Africans.
What doctrine?
By the Western people. Because if you look at how Christianity came to Africa, I think it eroded. Ndokakatangira kutoshaikwa kuma values emusociety medu. kuuya kwakaitwa Christianity ine zvimwe zvinhu zvayakabvisa ichiti no musaite izvi zvakadai so because it's ungodly one or ameno kuti zvinomakisa zvinoita sei. So from there takatongokura zvinhu izvozvo zvichiitika. I think that will also take me to another point yekuti you see maybe now some of the reason why our values are no longer being upheld is because people are moving to different cultures, people are going abroad, people are living in Europe, in America, in Australia, and
so you think those are the effects are culture is becoming irrelevant?
Wakuenda kune imwe culture and culture iyoyo I recognize your culture, and that's where your children and yourself are living. All right, so that thing alone, it's about ukangano some of the things that or ushaye relevance in some of your values, but
inini pachigetu chinoda kuzviitisa ikoko.
Yeah, kuzviitisa, but take it even ukaenda ku Zimbabwe kwacho pachigeto itu pacho toenda ku Zimbabwe no, I don't want to talk about countries. So ukaenda ku Africa right now, okay, you see kuti kuna vanhu vatoriko anditi so anombobvisa that statement that people are moving to different cultures, and then kuna vanhu vatoriko ku Zimbabwe but they are not practicing my values nema-customs atakakura chisasei tichiziva. Why is it so?
That part I agree. It's also within our own culture, within our within our own environment, right? We see kuti culture tagara tinayo, but it seems like pasina mumwe munhu atombouya, it seems like we're drifting away already, right?
Yeah.
I think number one, I would probably blame it to technology.
Yeah, that's true.
Technology, the way it's coming by fire, by force.
Yeah. And it's also exposing
us to things.
Different things.
But you uriwo zvako waida kuramba uchiri kuita se muchiri kuita zvekunyorerana tsamba here. Dai takaramba here mafoni. Let's just talk of the simple tech that came. Because I think it all started from the tech, right? Pakuzoya kumafoni. So dai muri kuramba tinyora tsamba here, right kwacho.
I think it's so romantic.
Because sometimes to think of it, it was kunyika, like when you look at the Ministry of ICT, right? They always tell you we need to embrace the technology. But in as much as they tell us to embrace the technology, the Ministry of culture, they tell us to embrace our culture. Arts and culture. They're telling us to embrace our culture.
So I feel
like panika kudonzerana, you get it? Because I embrace the technology. Yeah. Technology, it's coming in a way which is going to cause culture dilution in me because of what I'm seeing through tech. Culture at the same time, I ignore because most of my times, culture is not being displayed on my tech. Unless if there was a way for culture to be displayed on tech, I feel like tech mostly has got the most influence. I think
the relevant authorities must do something to make sure. But ICT, via takuda kuti ma-admin aite
you get it? I need to run to Tibandare Basili. What's up? So Chakata, you see just that simple thing. So in other words, can amount to embrace out to badara admin fees here. What's up? It means to embrace the technology. But the Ministry of Culture is not going to go out and say that chingo baneo right ma WhatsApp yachona pato clash. But it's a source of income for the country, you get it. So I feel like there are certain clash anoitika, and then it's beyond our control. We can't really control it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So inotonieza nyaye culture.
Yeah, even if you take culture, culture, I think because of different issues, time kutongomova kwayo kune zvimwe zvinhu zvinoitwa kuside zvinova overtaken by events hazvisiri necessary kuita. But I don't know, but we have people like vari kupractice those things even vari
out of the country, right?
Yeah.
I also wanted to say the same point. Let's look at ameno pamwe susu pamwe, I don't know. Sometimes I just ask myself kuti isusu me being a typical Zimbabwean, what's my culture? Zvinhu zvekuti ndinoti ndikafamba murodhi at least vanhu vanoona kuti
This is a Zimbabwe.
I think ndopa zvinotangira ipapo because you would see kuti for some people it's easy.
I don't think
you get it.
I don't think we really have something that
One money dressing. You can tell ne dressing.
Yeah, this is Nigerian.
You find them one way or the other. Sometimes you find them akatopfeka chirokwe chechiya waizia.
Achitoroka
streets Zimbabweans, that's their culture.
Maybe taipfeka nhembe or saka but ukadafamba wakadaro unonzi animal cruelty or chipane a lot of my
ungorotomuka watovharirwa muchitokiswa kutonzi arufamba asina kupfeka, you get it. So I feel kuti maybe zvakuchidependa nekuti kwamuri kubva, what do you refer to as your culture? Then is it something that you can keep? Because culture, it goes beyond your dressing, it goes beyond what you eat. Because pamwe kutodya kwatiri kuita sadza ka, we're keeping our culture, aren't?
So
we're good, right?
So you are just taking zvinotiitira zvinotinakira zvine mabenefits kwatiri ndozvatiri kumendena zvisinei nesu.
What? Let's try to list kuti what isusu is from where we're coming from.
But some people say even sadza racho
it's not ours.
It's not ours. It's something chakazowe. Isusu sadza redu ndezviyo zvemhunga zverukweza the brown white rakatounzwawo nevarungu.
You know, like there's I think there's a fight. Is it Zimbabweans and Zambians? Paneka kudonzerana kunzi ndiani muridzi wesadza. So I think paneka kudonzerana kunzi
ndiani sadza reZimbabwe aurwane Cannoe sadza. Ndiswaridzi varo.
Tiswaridzi varo na.
So oza pandachitaura ndafunga I don't know kana uchiri remember pane these twins and the Fichani twins vanga vari kuUK vaitoita IT chichi yanditika. Then ndobva wangofunga kumuka mumusi vakati takupfeka nhembe vari kuUK and I think they were deported. I think vakuZimbabwe kanzi hapana vakuita sei vakumhanya brain vakuita sei. So you see kune mamwe ma external forces anoforsa kuti usiye because of one time, because of I think I can say because of time. Because time is also one thing to consider kuti move out in our hundreds and thousands tichienda kune mamwe ma-cultures.
Also, like from what you just said, issue of respect your own culture. Uchienda pane imwe nzvimbo. Your culture is your culture within your own land. Ndosaka tine ma division within my lands. So now I am starting to understand maybe there's a certain culture pamwe yatinotedzera isusu from our own home, you get it. But nhasi ndabuda mba medu ndikauya mba kwenyu isusu kumba kwedu tine culture yedu pamwe tinoraratana mata every day na 7 o'clock manheru. But just because ndauya kumba kwenyu ngatina mata nekuti ndauya that's what we do kumba kwedu, you get it.
Anzi kana maenda ikoko
munoita chi zveikoko. No now zvakuklasha asina
pane zveikoko zvisingaite.
Ona zviri pari tu trukunzi zvenizvo.
It's I think it's as an individual you have to uphold your values and it, but
kana waenda pane nzvimbo then auchada kuramba uchiti no, this is the way we do things, so atifane kudai so isusu, you know, sometimes wambosangana nemunhu akadaro sometimes just in a general conversation wasangana neni pa street tungotaura nyaya and then that person they keep referring the way they do things kumba kwao isusu mbakudu tinodai isusu let's just understand kuti the ground ratiri is neutral. Atisi kutedza the way you do things right now.
I think also that's the other thing. Living in the modern world, as long as you interact with people from different culture, you have to acknowledge diversity. So zvisinei nekuti diversity kwauri maybe it's poison. We're not saying do it.
But in the journey of acknowledging diversity, nobody goes with culture dilution. You get it?
Yeah.
I'm embracing diversity, but then at the same time, I'm forgetting
I think culture, as long as you are living in the modern world, culture is under clash.
Iyoyo modern world ndeyati kutoramba. That modern world should not
Saka
have.
todzokera kunembe here toita hupfu
don't know.
hwekukuya, but most I think some of the things that we used to do taizviita because pambasina better ways of doing them. So because of that, kana tane a better way of doing something, it means chinhu ichocho chatora sei chakutosara. We are living in a modern world now. You cannot be left behind.
Honestly, and then I've heard somebody talk about what you call it, Hanzi, I'm forgetting this movie.
Okay.
Ndikafunga word roro ndikudzoka naro. Actually, I think it makes sense.
My guy,
But anyways, so it's also we just simply asking ourselves, is culture still relevant?
Yeah.
Now, I think if we're asking, is it still relevant to me? Is it to a certain individual or to everybody?
Yeah, to everybody.
Well, or
I think maybe question to you, Panjimbo Pauri, to you as an individual, to you as a society. Yeah, maybe those two.
Because ukada kutarisa the jadashara kuti, have you been around my Indians? The way they honor, there's this fasting that they do. Ramadan. Have you seen how they respect that thing?
Yeah.
Despite panguva yacho panani we culture yipendit, if it's time for them to
I know this.
To get into
this
you get it.
is known as controversial, but I think that's another thing. My cultures edu ave diluted, ave. You see, as Africans, we have lost our own identity, and I think
In what notion means my Africans have lost our own identity?
You know what? We don't put value muzvinhu zvedu. Okay.
Or in just a few, maybe the few that you have seen. Somebody might come to you and say,
yeah, of course, Abasha Guma outliers.
You get it?
Abasha Guma outliers and but nothing the rest. We no longer value most of the things that we do in our day-to-day lives, especially as related to culture. All right, Ndurombo, an example. Yeah, like you see my Western cultures, the way how they give moral support to their children. Kind of cheetah, like my sporting activities, whatever, when they are doing something, when they are following their dreams. Vana follow our dreams, maybe 7 years and 8 years and 10 years. Or whichever stage you are, and what are the value, is what
the value that they put
and in those things. You see, vani pride, they are proud of who they are, and is compared to most African countries. We think my European or Western cultures they are better than us. So because of that, we start to distance ourselves from our own cultures.
So I would say, from what you're saying, in the middle of everything that's going on, I feel like maybe you're trying to say we've been lost in competition. We feel like we are competing with someone, but yet they are not competing with us. That's the way they do their own things.
Is competition the right word? Because we're not even competing. It's just we are imitating them. We try to imitate them.
The fact to imitate now, we're trying to compete with them. To reach my levels out. But even in the way to reach my levels out, that's their culture. That's how they do things.
Yeah.
So in as much as we want to imitate them, we are competing both.
Yeah. I think
as we try to compete,
I think imitating is also not a good.
In the middle of doing all these things, right? And then
so yeah, you see how they children from Western cultures, they are given moral support nevabereki vavo. Iwe unogona kunzwa kuti mwana wako kuAfrica uko anogona bhora, anogona chakatika, but semubereki unenge uchingonzwa nevanhu kunzi anodai, anogona, anotamba, anoita sei. Hauna kana one day raunoita sei, raunoenda ngandimboona mwana wangu and then let me just cheer him up or her up achiita zvaari kuita, you know. But it's good.
And one thing that I feel that's not fair from what you're saying, I feel like we always rush to conclude. Like one thing, bore like these days, I don't know, maybe pamoti sembereki ndogonotadzosanzwisisa that I'm not a parent, right? Ndoabereki vazhinji they make a conclusion pakuti aiwa vanonozera zvema-drugs. I feel it's a little bit too much. That's too much of a conclusion, right?
You're actually right. You're actually right. Because I think another reason why maybe vabereki vasingazope moral support and those things, it's because unochiziva kuti mwana uyu ari kungoita hake chino. Yes, he's good at whatever he's dreaming to do in his life, but at the end of the day, achieve. Let's take, for instance, quite a lot of African talent, rakangozongopera zvakadaro, but vangaine a lot of potential. Why? Is it because vakashaya support? Is it because, I don't know, maybe it's our system, the whole system as Africans, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to say as Africans, but then there are certain individuals, because we can't really say it's this person or it's us as a whole. You get it?
Vanozoita lako ndevanenge vaenda kuma-Western ndingo autanga kuzondoonekwawo, and then where people really appreciate talent and things like that. So,
but that's the problem now. Now we're missing on opportunities because we're simply concluding on like on our fears. I think we're concluding on our fears, right?
Yeah.
Mwana uchamutendera kunoita
zvebhora kana kuti zvemusic because kuti achapedzera
ausoda kuti afollowe dream yake because iwe une zvinhu zvauri kuimagina, zvauri kufungira kuti zvichagona kuitika. But I feel like what they always say, kuti experience is our best teacher, right?
Best teacher,
so why don't you let them go and then see it for yourself, rather than kuti mozodemba kuti aitogona bhora mwana uyu ndaitomurapa mwana aigona kuimba uyu. How many people have you heard so far vachiti hapana aimba mfana akakura achiningirira, but then nenyaya yekuti makaita conclusion of what you saw somebody else's mistake. You get it? So ndo zvimwe zvezvinhu zvekuti we limiting ourselves. Pakuzvilimita ipapo haticha appreciate our own way of doing things because of the fears that we have that are instilled kubudikidza neculture yamwana. Was chekutotanga, do you think kuti drugs it was our culture? It wasn't our culture, right? More like we're saying kuti culture dilution. So it's sort of like we let culture dilution come to us. We let it pass. It started as something small. But embrace because it was Western. We wanted the Western life to come kwatiri.
We embraced it, and in that
it destroyed us. But now but then it's our own fault, right?
Our own fault, because at the end of the day, it's us who have the choices to make. No, guys, do that as that. Yeah. So,
and then you just say,
so
no, we're not doing this.
I blame African. I blame
I don't want to blame anyone.
I mean, each no. Yeah, this one,
At the end of the day, Tawa is Hatizive, as you know? You get it?
The more you know. The more you know, the more you don't know.
You get it? So, fun part. What is a couch and move.
Yeah.
What is already on him too body?
Nani, I need kuna mwakado save number zangu kuti
move. You get it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's something was takutodzokera culture kwa zvakatangira pakupiwa kwatakaita mutupo nzana move ananzou anashumba? Those things I feel like they are dying bit by bit.
Is it because of culture dilution or what? Yeah, it's dying.
Those things, they are dying, literally.
Yeah. And I think now takumbodawo some expert analysis of conversations. Chimbonzo munhu dai zvaibvira ku
Was I know like the way atakadzidziswa kunzi mutupo chinhu chakakosha, but I feel like we have lost respect of it.
Yeah, we have
lost respect of the totem. Chango ezita, like we just say
but I don't even know.
Mukono, and then it just ends like that.
What's the difference there? Am I even proud?
But there's
a
deep meaning, like if we go behind in all those things, all those totems.
How were those things?
For what?
zvaipiwa sei kuti unzi iwo ndiwe mhofu iwo uri shumba.
So kuzoona kuti vakodzera wishinzi vakatarisa macharacters maybe vakatarisa maybe your behavior yevanhu kusvika pakunzi ava ndana mhofa, maybe I don't want to say kuti pamwe vanobehave kunge mhofu yacho, kuti ava ndana nzou vanobehave kunge nzou yacho. So which means those things, if they were simply looking at the characteristics of the item chavakapa nacho zita, I feel kuti those things should have helped to reserve our own culture. You get it?
So can you come again? You said
pamakapiwa unzi iwo uri mhofu. I feel kuti vakatarisa kuti mhofu it behaves in a certain way. So let's say kuti Dale ndi mhofu. Meaning to say kuti oita kuti uri mhofu, you supposed to behave in this way. That's your culture starting there. Saka iwewe sa mhofu tikasokuona pa road uchibehave as a soko, you have lost your culture.
Yeah, but I think
you don't expect to tinzo behave so seshumba.
Yeah, but the bottom line is we have lost
all those things. They're becoming irrelevant.
Yeah, they are no longer relevant because munhu akanzi wewe uri tsoko hatomboda kana basa nazvo atabo and let's go ngatende mberi kudaro.
And then of course they take pride in it, but then pride yachona it's in a sort of like it's a competition.
All right, is it really relevant or is it really important? Is it really important to preserve our culture?
It's
what is it's my days Halloween.
It's relevant. It's irrelevant. It's so relevant.
My lead. So
it's so relevant. I feel culture will always be culture.
Where's my lead there? Oh.
Culture will always be culture. Hakuna chinhu chinochinja, culture ichinje. Chero zvikadi. Culture ndo inotimold.
Yeah, but if you look at it, we are having a whole discussion about culture right now. And
culture
we are saying that most of the things are now irrelevant. Saka tukumodwa ni. Is it the reason why taungoona zvinhu zvakawanda
just that tukumodwa ni culture
isiri communities and what is culture?
Tukuchenjera culture isiri redu kuti timond. Ndozvo kungoitika.
Kwatakaba. Yeah, I think
because anything and everything we do, I feel like it's culture.
Yeah.
Anything and everything we do, the way we speak, that's culture. The way you do things, that's culture.
Yeah. So
but then the way you do it is whose culture now? Is it your culture or you're doing it in somebody else's culture, right?
Yeah.
It's really silly. I'm thinking of something.
I think we are losing it because we are no longer putting value in a lot of things.
All right, let's talk of Kasili. I feel like it's silly or for somebody else it's not silly, right?
Yes.
Takagara mumba. You know how tikangopinda mdeni waigera. Madara nosikova gara machair ukapishika kumusha mkahat, like from where we're coming from. Anababa wakomana ndo anobvunzwa kugara pa bench. You get it? Anofunya chisero anogara pasi. But nowadays mjara bench ra utongogara nemunhu wese.
Yeah, chira vanenge vataura kuti
vanenge vakatogara pabhenji vadezvira kuti hai waunoti agare pasi apa ndiani
gara iwe.
So you see, so zvinhu zviri silly. I'm saying it's silly in my own way, but then taura kunokuka I think kutorana ntorwisana
there is this ningirikini yandakaona recently a video, was it on Instagram or on Facebook? I'm just here. But couldn't go to South Africa. A guy anga achisungwa nemapurisa or anga atosungwa, and the reason most of the dengarechi anga arepa months like mai vekubereka. So I think quite zvinhu zvakawanda. A person ari and I think in Africa chimwe chinhu chiri kutiita kuti tishaye relevance muzvinhu zvakawanda ka. It's because of mabasa, my levels of employment are very low, and people vakupedzera vakuita zvinhu zvekudhakwa nekuita all those things and zvisina basa because they have the time. Like what they say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. You see, so people vakupedzera kuita zvinhu zvekudhakwa, vakupedzera kuita zvekuita sesi zvinhu zvisina nebasa rese andika. And mukuita izvozvo ka unenge usina value muzvinhu zvakawanda, unenge usina value in yourself. The moment that you allow your body to be
which from what if you notice, I think culture, and then religion, I think there has to be a way that we separate them, because I just saw that you just took a quote which is coming
from the
biblically, right? From the Bible. But someone who has never come across the Bible, they never came across the Bible, they don't do religion. So we can't really blame them.
Yeah, but nzira dzavo ka dzine, I think in every society tine zvinhu zvinotidzora, or even kusati kwane Bible kune zvinhu zvaitita, like some parts of some values mumacultures edu aitoiswa just to govern people.
But these things, they're clashing right now. Bible, maybe it's telling us that we don't do sacrifices, maybe in sort of in blood, like we do traditionally, right? But then traditionally,
I wouldn't like to comment really on that, because even here mwari pachake kana uri a Christian, I think pamwana komana wake inonzi Jesu pakuchichikwa pakabuda ropa
it was a
all those
form
things.
of
So yeah,
that
so
was
in
the only sacrifice that was made, right?
zvinhu zvese zvine blood mukati, when you do it, I think you need to know the consequences or the relevance of that thing. Why am I doing this? Because some of the things maybe is known also kuisa tight, because as long as blood is involved, I think
because I feel like one of the biggest culture clashes which is ongoing right now from where we are coming from, especially tikatora example yekuti kumori, before, like you're saying, before the Bible, kumori kwakakura kuchinzi munhu akafa kunorohwa makuva. But then some of our family members, they got introduced into religion.
And
religion says we don't do that.
We don't do that. And I know that
but it's a culture dilution straight away.
I'm a Christian. You
get it. So but it's culture dilution straight away.
Yeah.
So this thing, I feel like
I think we are kids for this topic.
Kids for the matter.
But anyway, it's Hatizive,
yeah,
we need
titori confusion kuti vanhu varomboya say, you know, ukaenda panzvimbo urikuchingora vanhu varikuita zvinhu zviri different, and then you question yourself kuti why is it zvinhu zviri kuitwa so and so, unongoda kuedza kunzwisisa kuti nezvinhu zviri kuitwa zvichidai so. Recently, you know, I saw a post yemukadzi akafirwa nemurume wake. I think sometime this week akafirwa nemurume wake. Saka mukadzi uyu aipa speech parufu pemufeso wake waiziya. Aipa speech achitaura. You know what, inini I like going through the comment section. Zvisinei nenyaya mukadzi akapa speech yake akanaka, it was a beautiful speech, right? But then imagine vanhu vaikomenta kuti hanzi mukadzi akazotanga kupa speech parufu rwemurume wake rini. Where is she getting the energy from? Those were people's comments.
Of which I think they're right.
How?
That's the culture.
What culture is that?
That's their culture.
it seems like chanchi I feel like
wow, it's fine. I don't know kuti munhu iye anga ari kupi ende munhu anga achikomenda anga ari kupi.
You see, but
Yeah.
it seems like almost everyone. But you know, also picky said then panika reason one kanda kona kanga is silly. Kanda kafunga maybe that's why people they're saying that. Hanzi, where is she getting the energy from? Afona ngachi chema hanzi simbari kutora ari kurwana kupi.
Yeah.
Then afunga saka na munhu arifana kuforsa kuchemera. Kukana was I think also people they're different. Munhu anokugona kuchema munhu achema kwaso to
Plus I know kuchema. Munhu akachema ka 1 ka 2 ka. Unenge wa release
wakwanisa kutaura.
Wakwanisa waeningirigeni. Sometimes kuchema kutori boy, you know. Ukachema sometimes you release some pressure inenge uri.
So you think there's actually a culture, you know, toti munhu
I think that is biblical. Kuti vakadzi even mama churches raisat I think zvakubvunzwa now because of modernization.
Western culture no very let them
but ukaenda kuma churches mamwe sana vachiri kunyatsoteedza zvinana cultures like I don't want to name but you see kuti vanototi vakadzi avamire pamberi pechechi vachiparidza vachiita sei izvo zvinosiyirwa kuvarume because vakadzi they go
but
you know one other reason why vakadzi vanenge vachinzi vari is it defiled because they go
periods,
yeah. So because of that mama cultures officially I think some of those cultures some of those cultures I think those ofana kubviswa so
make sense
make sense
was the next person that person ndiyeka atori ne point nemusoro but they just
because mukadzi
realize
akudatori ne solution
actually I know ango anozomubvumidza anoti anzi kana ari kumazuva ake amire pamberi. But then some other days anotenderwa kumira.
Does that really matter?
Achimana munhu akangosimirera. It's not like truzviziva. It's not like akaisiwa.
Apedza daro ndiarondobika chikafu chamuri kudya ndiarodai. Yeah, some of the cultures that
dai vachizoti zvataura.
I think brutal. To be brutal tamboitaura. I think culture is still relevant but it's really relevant in our lives, those that need us that no respect our. But those things which are not relevant or which are against us as culture, I think in the modern world, maybe that's
in other words, Morukuti, zvatinoti zvinonyadzisa ndo zvisinganyadzise zvatinoita ichita zvatinoita zvinonyadzisa izvo and then zvatinoita ichita zvinyadzise ndo zvinotonyadzisa wese. Like we're just exposing ourselves.
Yeah, I think we are exposing ourselves.
And maybe we're exposed. We're sort of like are we vulnerable to we let things control us instead.
Yeah, we are being controlled by things. We are being controlled by
actually
outside forces. No.
Sometimes I think maybe particularly given ones you choose what do you want in life, going back in knowledge and what I feel like if there was a way to take people back with culture, I feel like to follow Bodzogera and the feeling. Why did our elders despise all this? You get it? You get it? Was from where to fire? I feel like constant stress take it those days mdara pama mdara kusatwa ma phone imagine kusatwa ma phone ka routine yako ye daily waita sina phone
usina phone vanhu vane zvinhu zvakawanda zvavai follow uzinowana those things I think
zvaitoti bachanidza pautaura zvokufollow
wakamboona kuti I think ndava kusina ma calendars vamusina chiko vanhu vaingumuka kuti nhasi musi wakati kana tichika ndira kurazozva kuti gore rapera kana kuti tichika ina don't think kudhara zvaitosika but there are things like unoona kuona kuti no season yakuda kuchinja because miti yakudonza mashizha pasi anditi
vaigona kutarisa
those things anditika zvaindozvina kuti kana ukaona shiri dzakunyanya kuburuka dzienda this side it seems like dziri kutiza uku dzakuenda maybe dzichienda kana kuEurope dzichita kwaane kwane like environment weather
environment
condition
inotenderana nawo.
inotenderana nawo saka saka vanenge vachiziva kuti already shiri dzakuida so saka it means kuti mvura yakuda kunaya shiri dzakubva kudzauda so saka ngatitanga kugadzirira chichi you see like wakaona zvima squirrels izvo zvandiri right now they are busy kunonga zvinhu zvichiendesa mumanhingirina. I think it's now preparing for things like snow. Vanozva kuti snow kana yatanga chita hatisina time yekuita sei. I think we need a discipline senge nemhuka dzedzi because those things they are not
I think umhuka ndokwega kusina culture dilution.
No culture dilution because they are not influenced by zvana social media or immigration or chichi zvazvagara zvichingoita ndizvo izvo.
Because to think of it patikutaura kuti imagine pawakakura you didn't have any tech. Your routine was like unomuka kana uri kuenda kuchikoro enda kuchikoro kana usiri kuenda kuchikoro it means uchaswera uchitamba neshamwari dzako kana kuti makarelaxa mumba you get to know each other. So I feel like all those things before the tech and everything zvaitotitendera kuti tizive culture yedu. Ndo nguva yaitaurwa ngano kaye yara ngano ini nanje I used to love ngano zvekutodaroka but handichatomboremember kana one because I remember tansina mafoni magetsi akaenda muchiudzwa zvirawe makagara pamoto chichi you get it. So all those things zvaibatsira kubonda kwedu.
That you know what, so you see some of these things they are relevant in life because
so
that was like storytelling, you know, and maybe no longer my movie do so wise vaone your own imagination chiona kuti because tiri kuudzwa ne same person and but my visions edu zvinhu zvatiri kuudza zvakatiri zviinterpret or tiri kuzviona zvakasiyana but yeah
that time I feel kuti bonding yasanetsa my families bonding even neshamwari yako chaiye bonding yasanetsa because wambona kuti there are certain times wekutoti munoti simple way yongoti guys nasiri kuenda out. The reason why we're going out I feel like kuti ndiye kuti timbobonda but then at the same time mind out you always trying to refer vanotokalkulata time yamataura meseka mamuri mese for 3 hours but nyaya dzamataura 20 minutes
and I think and pa 20 minutes pa 10 minutes ndedzekuvunza kuti sai uruda urudye
apana mnangaini
uchenda kuzvinhu zvakaita sezvoka mafunzi ngabvizve ngaasari kumota kana kuti
so you see some families they are very particular about pamafoni mumba panguva yedina panguva yemumba munhu wese siya foni yako timbotaura nyaya zvitori nanedu kunyarara kana tisina nyaya. You get it?
I think
so sometimes I don't blame paringorineka kuwambonzwa vanhu vanoti inini namomzi wangu hatina nyaya inini namutaro wangu hatina nyaya. I feel kuti dai zviri kukonzereswa nezvinhu zvese izvozvo dai panga pasina all this tech and everything one way or the other you guys you would always bond because makutongoona kuti mumba hapana chimwe
and I think also chimwe chinhu chinokonzeresa kuti that bond irisavepo kana mushaye nyaya baba nemwana it's maybe pane we allow space between us because kubva mwana achizvarwa as a parent you should always be communicating to that child and bond rinotozvarwa rinotanga from a tender age you know so ukazoona at some point pasisina bond it means kuti zvinhu zvakatongobvira chi it's a situation yakatadza kuaddressa as a father or as a mother or as a parent or as a guardian or whatever
was one thing
as a relative. So yeah, I think ishi yarasana bonding here we have to always be in contact in constant contact with
and then you communicate kunzwa mwana kuti naswaswera sei kwausiri kuchikoro watamba bhora
zvitatira macultures yoya kuti munhu achisvika pamba everyone ari panhingiri baba varuda kupedza basa ravaswera vachiita vari kunhingirikini mai vari busy kubika mwana akada kuti anodaiso anorafurwa anopedzera vaenda pachi phone yakakuita so at the end of the day you are creating a gap between
urutogadzira gap but then I feel like we make an excuse yekunzi we let work or maybe rather we let work sometimes override my relationship ndoshandira mhuri but then at the end of the day uri kushandira mhuri but then you are destroying the benefits of uri kushandira you are working for the family but you don't work suffer. You're
You're
just working, but then you're not
you're
benefiting.
destroying what you're trying to
What
do.
you try, you're destroying what you're trying to do.
Ndakaanzwa, I don't know how true is it. Like recently, Anzi, is it the vice president, vice prime minister is it Australia? Anzi vakuisa mutemo wekuti ma-employees akubvunzwa kusadaira foni yekubasa kana vakumba because we want to promote bonding kuma-families vabereki more family time kuchi I think
as much as munhu aswera kubasa 8 to 5 asvika kumba calls they just coming through and usvika vanhu vatonorara mumba and then motoona kuti kuti tonorara tisina kana yes kana like a proper conversation yatataurawo mumba and you know
that's how cultures are built, you know, kuti ukaita chinhu nhasi mukachita futi mangwana mukachita futi the following day mukaramba muchichiita yatove culture,
just building, that's the culture.
So I think culture ndisu tiri kuiparadza.
That's what I was saying. The culture, it's everything around us. Anything and everything that we do, that's culture.
It's our choice.
So just that, I think we might just put it in short terms. The culture is no, it's not the things of the old. Things that you do, things the way you do things. That's your culture, right? Kachawakare.
Nas kachawakare. As in, umwe musi tiyazoti iyo uchazoti kugonera
chaiti so
yeah you see
that's just that was just the discussion, a serious discussion, and like I don't know, mdomo tsekesere nasi mdara taswa kuseka mdara wa
let's do just for the last but any dawa ona kama easy maseka okay people.
Oh yo,
did you say it's been long but now just for the last DJ Cannoe anenge varikundikana but aiwa anona asi getting just for the last. Okay, so guys, yes, DJ Cannoe, yeah. Nasi ndinoda kumbotara nezvino pane mazita atinozvipa pa atozvipa mumastreets kumabhuza kumachika pana zvimwe zvacho ngatite serious.
What's the most funny name wakambosangana nayo?
All right, tsatenda kumafani name ndine mufesi mumwe andakanzwa kuti haasi mufesi wangu zvake but munhu wandongoziva ndakanzwa kuti anzi akiwa zvisingaite kurohwa nevanhu chaiko anzi vangu ari kugame remabhusa chika ino pane mufesi arinetsa wekuiziti Equatorial Guinea anzi ani Baltasa Engonga. As so he was trying to vanga vatori mugame in a match, like this guy apparently Anzi is known for sleeping around with people's wives, you know, things like that. Panomumvesa yafungidzwa unzi chi ane mukadzi wake akaita sei akamuita chi
akaitwa nemufesi
saka manje varutamba bhora ino zvatinomboita varume kuti you are trying to dribble past someone mufesi andobva ati hokuyona Engonga aza ayo haachaonga achida kufara Engonga kuti mudhara hanzi akarohwa neground race. So let's be mindful of the names that we
iye chakazongoitika ndekuti akapika wrong name. Apika wrong name pakudaro raibva reva zvaari kuita iye, so rakabva ramanifesta
rakatongohanza akashandirwa chivava names vava mudhara pane tauraizva mudodo.
Let's go.
Ndara tiri ipapo ka aiwa mazita atinozvipaka aiwa let's be mindful guys. You know this day ndaenda kusession, you know our session yatinoita ibhora so ndadzoka ndatotora ishower. I'm just lying on my bed relax. I'm going through my phone ndapinda contact list rangu ndongoscroll ndoto ngapana I was doing nothing ndongoscroll leso nduna pano pamakanzi Haaland then ndobva ndati Haaland
Haaland ndiani? Ndinamudza Haaland.
Ndobva ndati ayo, but you still remember pani pandakamboenda kuLA Los
Maona
Angeles in
Haaland.
July.
Yeah.
So pane this event yandakaendawo. I was having guys, I'm an occasional drinker. I was having some drinks and that. It was in July. You know what? I'm an occasional drinker. All right. My players in Manchester City club, they were in USA.
Waita tour.
Yeah, vangoita tour. Vangoita pa break. Sapani tour yanenda vari pa break. So it happened kuti takasangana.
Na Haaland.
Nema players in. Yeah, not just Haaland. I found an afford and Panandri Pacho, I talked to most of the guys, but I forgot to Nagatarachi now, you know. And even Haaland, I still remember I talked to him. So I'm scrolling down. There's gonna age Haaland. That's when I realized pandakabva ndafunga futi no ndakabva vanhu ndakavaona. So to me ndakabva ndagaya kuti no Haaland ndobva ndati no it's fine. Also it took me time kuti ndigathe magatsi kuti
ndifone
ndinyatsokufema ndazodeso ndafona afonira kutopinda mudhara zikataopara. Saka ndanoda kutokata, it took a lot kuti ndakuda kutokata zvangu kuti foni ndobva yazongodairwa. Ndobva anyarara chi. Hello.
Is this Haaland?
Hello. No, I didn't say that. I said hello, Erling Haaland. This is DJ Cannoe. We met in LA sometime in July. I don't know if you still remember. Hello, Nkoma Cannoe. That's when it rang in my.
It wasn't Haaland.
It was Haaland, what a guy.
Oh, but our German now, I'm going to save a number. The phone will go to Haaland.
Pana voice. You pana Haaland. What chico? I think pana kano share with you. Kumo and somewhere papi.
It's so disappointing.
But anyway, it's fine. Oza zvakabva zvanifungidza mamwe mazita anopiwa nevanhu like wow. Guys please musanditsamwire. Pane isi zvinoitwa pane maguys vanoisa those funny names kuma side jigs avo chichi. Vachipa mazita kana echi
ana Bobojan.
Mdala itori nayo hanzi Christian Eriksen.
Kuna baby.
Christian Eriksen. Bebatov. Dimitri Bebatov. Manje mvese hanzi akazofonirwa neside jig rapinda ma 1 am mudhara. Yanga kanzi Dimitri Bebatov. Aba Dimitri Bebatov vanga wabva kukanda hat-trick kuChampions League. The previous night mudhara.
Apa unenge unyazori zifeni rekutodaro kuti
Samare apa madam ndo akamuka chika deso vari bata foni yamudhara vari kuona foni yakanzi Dimitri Bebatov kote mukai
arufona fe
Dimitri arufona aritaura kuti hambese hati ndakangokanda foni kusaini Dimitri Bebatov foni this time hati ngaselebrate mahetrick ashoko. Mune jealous munofana kuisa izvi
ndiye nanakundakiwa
mamusveka mega. DJ Cannoe, yeah.
Alright, guys, so that was it. That was just for the last from our DJ Vema funnies. DJ vedu takambokuziva kuti ndi DJ vezvese zvese uzive kuti pavanenge vasipo vanenge vari kumashow vachimbotsemura majokes around vanenge vachimboti show masides ari different every time yatinosangana nawo DJ avo apa. That was a great episode. And
I think that was a great episode.
That was a great episode.
I think I could know more about our culture, the things that we are supposed to preserve the things that are relevant to us. So I think even our elders, I think they have a lot of work to do. Just because no one knows some of these things, right? If you ask me, mukadzi anokurudzirwei kana asvika mumusha to me it doesn't, I don't know. It's something you don't know what I know, but let's just bypass that thing. But maybe it has some relevance. So my elders let's make my juniors as you.
Those are some of the things that we might take lightly, but then we never know all those things. Probably we're supposed to be applying them in our lives. You never know. When we talked of my misfortunes, the last episode that we had, somebody might just be blaming the failures and misfortunes in their lives to say Ndagaroe or something. Probably it might be there's a certain way we're supposed to
do things,
right?
Maybe just as simple as that.
As simple as that, we a culture. Then maybe if you obey these things as an amorph, as an anzo, as an ashumba, if you do things this way, then but then because we tend to slip away from that, and then we decide to do things our own way, if I may say.
And then zvotadza kufambira ndisu futi taamba mberi kutuka midzimu
you get it.
No, inini hamdzimu yangu haibatsireni inondisiya yakadase. But kana iwe uine like alright unenge uchiti midzimu yangu haibatsire, but at the same time you don't want to follow zvinhu zvaiitwa nema ancestors ako, so
so just
we have a duty.
We have a duty to contain our own culture. But at the end of the day, as hatitoziva kuti culture yachona ndeipi and is it still relevant? Yatikuti relevant yachona ndeipi, because we might try to chase zvinhu zvisiriso at the end of the day. Pamwe zvinhu zvitori zvakanyorwa kunzi zvichange zvakadai so already, some things like they say kuti zvinhu zvakanga zvarongwa nekare, and some of these things hatisirisu tine nzira nazvo, you get it, we just following zvinhu zvagara zviriko nekare. So we just want to say thank you so much for logging into our episode.
Thank you for watching this
our
episode.
fine episode.
I think we are getting there.
Laughter.
So people, thank you.
That was it for the episode. Thank you so much, and thank you for subscribing. Till we meet again.
Because we are Hatizive, we don't know to ipapo patichasangana ipapo. Till we meet again, people.
Tinongofambidzana tichingoenderana, maiziva.
Ngatimbokupai akakakisi kari kupika
DJ wedu wemafanezi zvinhu zvavanenge vachiswerotedzana nazvo.
My love nema likes.
For the loves. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
Guana Stereo Guana Stereo one for my Royal Records, Hatizive the Podcast.